I want to talk about this drawing that I got from somebody in regards to this video. So here's the actual action I'm doing that I'm going to talk through on the picture that we're going to switch back to. And I'll link the video, the longer video for this. So for this part here, ignore this part over here. For this part here, what this could potentially solve, and I think I talked about it in the video, the longer one, is that I am pouring a tray with bran and beetles into a sifting mesh. The beetles stay on top, the bran goes through, then it goes into another black tray underneath, and then I have to pick up that black tray underneath and pour it back into the original tray. That's wasted energy. And so one of the things that could be improved is taking one of these blue trays and possibly getting it underneath here. But the problem with that is that as soon as I'm pouring this in, that substrate's coming through, right? And I cannot turn the machine on or not turn the motor on, but it's still, some of it's still going to fall through before I can catch it. So that's problematic. But then also just stopping the machine slows things down, right? And so one of my primary goals is to save time. And so what I'm thinking is another commenter mentioned putting a slope, some sort of slope underneath the sifting tray with the mesh out to where the other tray would go. And so I'm going to put some of that together along with this. What this commenter was saying is put the tray over here, fill it with the bran that needs to go into it that I add, and then like slide it in or push it out, like one of the two things, right? So instead what I'm thinking is if I can put the slope to where it comes out from one direction, I think the orientation of this needs to be adjusted, but the slope comes out, that might buy me enough time to have this running, pour that in, put this tray then down to let the substrate and the eggs collect back into it. So I'm going to try looking at that. The other thing that this could potentially help me with is by getting it out from underneath this, it might make it easier to fill with wheat bran, because I do need to add an extra scoop of wheat bran into this after the beetles have been removed. And so that's where this comes in. Maybe that could somehow be rigged up with this to dispense into it. I have a simple auger that someone built for me that I could potentially use. It's got a tiny hopper and an auger, run it on a timer, hit a foot pedal, run it on a timer to pour in or to auger in the appropriate amount of bran. I got another idea with a different kind of auger. A couple different things I could do, but then that accomplishes getting the bran in. I think the slope is the key in order to allow that substrate to get back to that. I could complicate it with some sort of like, I don't want to say flat, but like the bottom of that tray, like pours out or tips at some point to go into them. That might be getting a little too crazy. But I think that could be helpful to reduce the having to pick the tray up and pour things back in and messing with it that way. Honestly, the other thing I should try is putting all the bran into the tray that I need in the first place and seeing how that affects. Like, this is going super fast. I don't do this with 2 scoops in it when I was doing it manually, because it's just more for me to have to shake back and forth manually. It takes longer, it's more energy, it's more time. This might be fast enough to where I can put all the bran into the original tray with the beetles that I need, pour it into there, and just let it run. I should probably test that. I'll need to see how much bran needs to be added in originally to make that work, but this slope may not be necessary. So I'll do some testing this coming week and get some updates posted.